Good evening, and thank you for joining us at BeeTv Major News at 6, reaching you live from Benin City, the Edo State capital. My name is Harmony Agbafo, and now to the news in details. The anti-cultism war in Edo State has gained significant traction as the Edo Civil Society organization has thrown its weight behind Governor Monday Okpebholo's administration in the fight against cultism and cult-related matters. The group, led by its coordinator, General Comrade Omobude Agwo, staged a peaceful protest to Government House in Benin City to show solidarity with the government's efforts. BeeTv News Best Orator has details.
The governor has said some of these houses that they use, whether kidnapping, all such, offenses, they will go down. It was an executive order.
The protesters who were received by the Commissioner for Information and Communication, Honorable Paul Hombamu, and the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Mr. Freddy Tua, expressed their support for.
Tell us, say, this issue will go through arrest, investigation, and prosecution through the court to determine what will happen next. Edo State government, they hurry go to destroy even when court never even talk. The law said they will set up special court. That special court, they never announced something now. The law also talk about a committee. That committee, we never hear about her. And a lot of houses don't go down. Finally, instead of demolishing those houses, when never go through court, when you can give Edo State more liability, we can carry our lean resources to begin to pay compensation later. Maybe not in this government time. In any government time, accommodate or pay that compensation. Now our taxpayers' money will use. Those money will do other things for us. Why government no rather seal those properties so that after judgment, instead of destruction of those properties, government sees them for public property.
The Commissioner for Information and Communication, Honorable Paul Hombamu, thanked the group for the peaceful protest and noted that it will create a platform for engagement that will lead to deliberation and solution to the issues. He said the governor wants to maintain law and order in Edo State, and to do this, certain actions need to be taken to send a signal that the governor means business. Ohombamu also expressed gratitude to the group for supporting the governor's administration in the fight against cultism and cult-related matters. According to him, the governor said some of the houses might be proceeds from fraud and evil arts, and such buildings must be demolished as some of the structures might not give peaceful repose to the conscience of society. The commissioner noted that Edo State and Nigeria are faced with several challenges and that it will take a bold man like Governor Okpebholo to face the challenges head on.
This is the way to go. He has come now, all of you have come here so that we can engage. I say you have come here today so that we can engage. Such engagement can bring forth solution. We have come here so that we can deliberate. I must commend you for your support. It's a collaborative effort to say the war against cultism is one thing you support. Yes, common dangers and common enemies alert us on the need for common action, common solution. So you have joined. And in any case, it shows too that you carry the same idea in your head, just like the governor, Monday Okpebholo. The governor has said some of these houses that they use, whether kidnapping, all such, offenses, that will not give peaceful repose to the conscience of the society. That maybe, perhaps, many of them are proceeds of the fraud and, that's not hard, they will go down. It was an executive order.
The Commissioner for Information and Communication also highlighted the governor's effort to develop the state infrastructurally. He noted that the governor is in a hurry to develop the state as the first flyover is being constructed, the second one is underway, and the third will also be built for Edo people, and noted that the development is seen as a positive step towards improving the lives of the people of Edo State. Paul Hombamu noted that Edo State government's effort to tackle cultism and cult-related activities are expected to yield positive results with the support of the civil society organization. The group's efforts will help to ensure that the state's youths are protected from the danger of cultism.
The governor na peace-loving person. He not get time gree. They do it things like that. But now somebody wey want peace for this land, and you can see development everywhere. Second flyover, first one dey road, third one we don dey prepare that one. They don release money for the second flyover. Everything wey dey happen na to turn Edo State into what they call portable paradise.
The peaceful protest by the civil society organization is a significant development in the state's fight against cultism. The group's support for the government's efforts is a demonstration of the commitment of stakeholders to addressing the issue. The Edo State government's fight against cultism is gaining momentum, and with the support of stakeholders like the civil society organization, it is expected that the state will make significant progress in addressing the issue. The group's effort to enlighten the people on the anti-cultism law will help to ensure that no one claims ignorance of the law. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
Indigenes, landlords and occupants of landed properties at Isio Evidence on Tuesday took to the streets of the Obawa-Lagos Expressway to express their grievances over alleged arrest of more than 12 occupants at a residence in the area by the officials of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) on Monday night. The report by BeeTv Wisdom Solomon is presented by God's Gift Omone.
We are told that the EFCC burst people's apartments through the ceiling and meet them inside their house and arrest them.
The residents who took to the streets and majorly blocking the Obawa-Lagos highway to express their displeasure over what they described as the unlawful arrest of some youths by officials of the EFCC. For the protesters, the only way they could express this displeasure is by blocking the ever-busy Benin-Obawa-Lagos road, thereby obstructing free flow of traffic. One of the protesters who volunteered comment said the officials allegedly broke into the building and whisked the boys away. He said the victims have done nothing to warrant such treatment, saying accessing a residential building through the rooftop is unprofessional.
Now, the people that are here said they will not leave there until the boys that were arrested by EFCC are released. We are told that the EFCC burst people's apartments through the ceiling and meet them inside their house and arrest them. Before we will leave here, we want those boys that were arrested to be released. If they are not released, nobody is living here. When people go to university in this country, there is no job and they are trying to help themselves, and the government will want to oppress them. For that reason, we are here till those boys are returned from wherever they are kept. And if they did not release them, this road will be blocked from now till midnight. We are not living here. Nobody is living.
While the protest continues to generate mixed reactions from different quarters, the community remains divided over the EFCC's approach in enforcing the law. As the call for the release of the arrested individuals intensifies, many await an official statement from the EFCC to clarify the circumstances surrounding the arrests. Until then, residents of Isio and its environs continue to seek a balance between justice, due process, and the preservation of peace in their community. BeeTv News will continue to monitor the situation as it unfolds. God's Gift Omone reporting for BeeTv News.
The Deputy Chief of Staff to Edo State Government, Honorable Dr. Pius Alile, has climaxed his birthday celebration with a Thanksgiving service held at Living Glory International Ministries, Alile's Villa, No. 1 Medical Stores Road, Uselu Quarters, Benin City, Edo State. BeeTv News Osaroge Agwebo reports that friends, family members, and political associates, including the wife of the celebrant and APC National Women Leader, Dr. Mrs. Mary Alile, joined the celebrants to thank God.
The Deputy Chief of Staff to the State Governor, Honorable Pius Alile, and his wife, church members and guests, jubilantly danced to the altar to give thanks to God for his life and the success of his birthday celebration. In a sermon titled The Benefit of Service, the guest minister, Apostle Bright Yoha from Warri, Delta State, said service is the key to greatness. He admonished attendees to always engage in rendering quality and sacrificial services in all aspects of their lives. He commended Honorable Pius Alile and his wife, Dr. Mrs. Mary Alile, for their unwavering sacrificial service to God and humanity.
I want to also thank God for what God has used you to achieve today. Knowing you is not going to be a mistake at all. It was a great blessing today. This is someone make himself available for years ago and serve his community without waiting for government assistance. Sir, your sacrifice is paying off. This is just the beginning of a new beginning.
The church choir rendered melodious songs to the admiration of all. Prayers were offered for Honorable Pius Alile and his entire household as church members and guests prayed God for more blessings upon him and his family.
Go ahead and pray.
Guests and family members, including former Commissioner for Communication and Orientation, Honorable F.A. Stewart, showered encomiums on the celebrant and wished him many more years of celebration.
I thank you all for honoring my son. He has been a good son. God will continue to prosper him. He will never lack good things in his life.
Ali has always been like that, right from time. We grew up together with childhood friends. And I have never seen where a giver lack. That is the truth. So you see him every day, every minute, every year. The man keep increasing. It is when you give, you receive. So it's better for you to give than to receive. What you see today, it is part of what he has been practicing all along. It's not strange to us. He has empowered so many persons within this locality and beyond. So I'm also part of his recipient of the kindness of Alile.
Wonderful man. He's a philanthropist per excellence. Very rare gem. Very rare in this community to find men like that in these times of our lives. Alile has proven beyond doubt that he's really a community builder and a lover of the people. He's a selfless leader. He has proven that, and I'm quite amazed and abashed that he's doing this for the last 15 years and is willing to continue. So we pray for him and his family, and also pray for wisdom, more wisdom for him, and health, good health in many years to come.
We are only praying for long life and prosperity because God has done many things in their life. So the prayer of long life and prosperity, and may God they lead them anywhere they go. That's my prayer every day.
Honorable Pius is a great man that I have known for decades now, and he has made a great sacrifice for humanity. And it's a man that needs to be celebrated in such a time like this. He's a great man. He's a man that involves a sacrificial life to humanity. And we'll keep on praying that God will bless him and keep it for us. That it will only get better every year.
After the Thanksgiving service, the event shifted to a reception at the residence of Honorable Pius Alile at Sapler Road, where guests were entertained. In an interview, the celebrant and Deputy Chief of Staff to the Governor of Edo State, Honorable Pius Alile, said, thankful to God for the success of his birthday celebration, as well as the blessings of God upon his life and family.
I'm just enjoying it. You can see the way I'm dancing. Can you dance? So it's just, I'm running it off with dancing. I'm rejoicing. That's all. I'm giving thanks to God. Today is a Thanksgiving day. And one of that Thanksgiving is dancing. So I'm dancing and I'm happy.
This year's birthday celebration of the Deputy Chief of Staff to the Governor of Edo State, Honorable Pius Alile, was indeed remarkable, particularly with the distribution of empowerment items to members of the public. And many anticipate that the celebrant, Honorable Pius Alile, will impact more lives in the years ahead. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa has called on stakeholders in the education sector to rise and speak out against the growing menace of bullying, which is becoming a major concern in both public and private schools. The governor made this appeal during a one-day strategic workshop held in commemoration of the 2025 International Children's Day celebration in Edo State. The reports.
The workshop brought together a cross-section of stakeholders in Edo State's education sector, including teachers, educationists, school administrators, and policymakers, organized ahead of this year's Students' Day celebration. The workshop centered on the theme Stand Up, Speak Up, Building a Bullying-Free Generation. In his address, Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa, represented by the chairman of the State Universal Basic Education Board, Victor Olapindon, described the theme as timely and relevant given the increasing negative impact of bullying on children and young adults. He emphasized the need to intensify awareness campaigns and foster a safe, supportive environment where every child can thrive without fear of intimidation or harassment.
Stakeholders to stand up and speak up against bullying. Let us work together to create a society where every child is safe, valued, and respected. It is a known fact that Edo State government, under the leadership of His Excellency Dr. Lucky Ayedatiwa, is leaving no stone unturned to make life more conducive and meaningful for the generality of our people.
The special advisor to the governor on women affairs, Shehu Osamaye, highlighted the critical role of parents in monitoring their children's behavior and emotional well-being.
The purpose of today's workshop is to educate and sensitize relevant child education stakeholders on the state child's right law to ensure the state stakeholders key into the 2025 National Children's Day theme.
Children are already guided by the Child Rights Act, which gives them right to paternal care, gives them right to privacy, and many, many other rights. And when those such rights are breached, inquisition can be made.
Soher Osemegi reporting for BeeTv News.
The Chief of Air Staff says the battle space is changing and is now more data-driven. Speaking at a forum on space technology and AI, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar emphasized that the use of AI is inevitable, especially in intelligence gathering. The reports.
It's a forum on space technology and AI organized by the Nigerian Air Force 7 and retired members of the armed forces, as well as professionals in AI and space technology, are in attendance to discuss the Air Force's efforts to leverage space technology for national security.
Since the launch of Nigeria's 25-year space roadmap in 2005, space science and technology has gained significant mileage, with tangible results and significant milestones achieved. Under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Nigeria's space ambition have received renewed momentum through bold strategic directives. For instance, the presidential approval of a multi-billion naira take-off fund for the National Space Research and Development Agency, along with the green light for the launching of 4 additional satellites, both signal a clear and unwavering commitment to space innovation.
AI can play several transformative roles in space technology across exploration, satellite options, mission planning, intelligence gathering, and data analysis.
Practitioners of practically every aspect of human endeavor are scrambling to study and review the impact of artificial intelligence on their activities. Another very important field whose impact is daily becoming more encompassing is space science technology. So I take it that the decision of the organizers to provide a forum for all of us to gather and examine and review the impact of these 2 important contemporary technological advancements on the achievement of the Nigerian Air Force's mandate is therefore commendable.
The Nigerian Air Force is looking to use AI algorithms to simulate and optimize aircraft trajectories, fuel usage, and mission timelines, saving time and resources during mission planning. Gosgift Omone reporting for BeeTv News.
The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board has announced that it will on Wednesday release the results of 379,000 candidates who sat for the rescheduled Unified Tertiary Matriculation examination between Friday and Monday. JAMB rescheduled the exam following widespread outcry over mass failure during the initial UTME. The board admitted to technical and human errors, especially in Lagos and Southeast states, which significantly affected candidates' performance out of the 1.9 million. He's roll cap now. The board admitted to technical and human errors, especially in Lagos and Southeast states, which significantly affected candidates' performance out of the 1.9 million candidates who sat this year's UTME. Over 1.5 million scored below 200 marks out of a possible 400, prompting widespread concern among stakeholders. In an interview with News, apologies, take what?
People for Ego and Ikubaka Federal Constituency. Una picking for Abuja, Honorable Mofio Saro Moruyi, Mr. Empowerment. He don't come again, oh. Bambana very just now. He don't bring another empowerment for now. This time, he go teach you now how to convert fuel age into gas. Now that one they call CNG conversion. You will be mechanic. This one a proper advantage for you. They go still teach young graduates how to do export business, and they go begin make pounds and dollars. Now, so they want to train our youth for artificial intelligence matter, AI, and the application. Collection of form go start on the 1st of June, go end for on the 15th of June 2025. Our office date for 74B Testa May Road, 75 Upper Sekomba Road for Benin City, plot 57 of Bakenswa the second way, Aroko quarters for Olubu. For more Tori, holla the number where you see for your screen. So, Honorable Mofio Saro Moruyi, who will wanna go.
Apologies for the break in intermission. Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, House Honorable Benjamin Kalu, has expressed serious concern over the technical failures that affected the 2025 Unitary Tertiary Matriculation Examination, UTME, warning it threatens trust in Nigeria's education system. At a press briefing in Abuja, Kalu praised JAMB Registrar Professor Ishak Oloyede for admitting the errors impacting nearly 380,000 candidates in the Southeast and Lagos and offering receipt opportunities. BeeTv News SOA Osemwigwe has the details.
Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Benjamin Kalu, however, noted that the technical investigation revealed that a critical system patch was not installed at 157 centers, causing thousands of result errors. He further added that an independent audit by Educare technical team confirmed the issue, tracing over 14,000 faculty records to affected centers.
However, we must recognize that these measures, while necessary, do not erase the trauma, disruption, and uncertainty experienced by our young people and their families.
The Deputy Speaker therefore proposed a 5-point reform plan, a full review, independent system audit, protection for affected candidates, transparent result data release, and stricter system monitoring.
It is imperative that candidates from the Southeast and Lagos who have actually borne the brunt of these failures are not further disadvantaged. JAMB must provide a clear, accessible mechanism for remark and appeal, especially for those dissatisfied with the horrid receipt or who experienced technical difficulties once more during the second sitting. Furthermore, coordination with WAEC and other examination bodies must continue to ensure that no candidate academic progression is impeded by scheduling conflicts between the examination borders.
He assured candidates of National Assembly oversight while urging JAM to restore public trust and prevent future lapses. And Soher Osemegi reporting for BeeTv News.
The Nigerian Customs Service is intensifying efforts to simplifying international trade while supporting the country's shift to clean energy. This was the focus at the 2025 Trade Facilitation Stakeholders Consultative Forum held in Lagos. The reports.
The event marked the first anniversary of Customs Advanced Ruling Program themed Trade Facilitation for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency Technologies. Representing the Controller General of Customs, Deputy Controller General Caroline Yango reaffirmed the service's commitment to innovation, efficient trade processes, and strong stakeholder partnerships for a sustainable future.
With the increasing volume of global trade, expanding global value chain, and the rise of e-commerce and just-in-time services, it has become imperative for custom administrations to adopt mechanisms that support the seamless flow of legitimate trade.
The Advanced Ruling Initiative stands firmly as a cornerstone of our commitment to simplify cargo clearance processes by reducing costs and delays, while offering much-needed certainty and predictability for businesses engaged in international trade.
She also unveiled a revised Import Procedures Handbook aimed at enhancing compliance and supporting Nigeria's energy transition and climate commitment under the Paris Agreement.
Customs has a big role to play because they are to enforce this agreement. And the renewable energy and energy efficiency technologies, they are drivers to sustainable development. They are drivers to energy security. They are drivers to climate action.
In a presentation, National Public Relations Officer, Assistant Controller Abdullahi Miweda emphasized communication as a vital tool for effective stakeholder engagement and trade facilitation.
For customs administration like the Nigeria Customs Service, strategic communication is not a luxury, but a necessity. It enables clarity, builds trust, reduces bottlenecks, and fosters the collaborative ecosystem needed to support the green economy.
Stakeholders and partners commended Customs' modernization drive and expressed support for its green energy initiatives, praising the service's role in streamlining trade and promoting renewable energy technologies. Balumi Mukoro reporting for BeeTv News.
The Chinese ambassador to Nigeria, Yu Dunhai, has harped on the imperative of enhanced collaboration between China and Nigeria in unlocking the potential of Nigeria's solid mineral sector through the establishment of electric vehicle factories in Nigeria. Speaking while paying a courtesy visit to the Minister of Solid Mineral Development, Dr. Dele Aleke, in his office, the Chinese ambassador Yu Dunhai emphasized that China has always placed Nigeria in a very pivotal position of her foreign policy. The reports.
Recalling the recent high-level engagement between President Bola Tinubu and Xi Jinping during Tinubu's state visit to China, the Chinese ambassador Yu Dunhai noted the both leaders agreed to elevate bilateral relations to a comprehensive strategic partnership, creating new opportunities for cooperation. The ambassador noted that the embassy and the Chinese government have always admonished Chinese companies operating in Nigeria to abide by rules and regulation, implement corporate social responsibility, and adhere to environmental and safety standards, stressing that the Chinese authorities have zero tolerance for illegal mining, signifying their readiness to work with the Nigerian government to bring suspected corporates to justice.
We are working now to bring several brands, because currently we have over 10 brands, Chinese electric vehicles. Yes. We would like to bring them to Nigeria to have them to produce locally. And then I would fully agree that we should have more added value like lithium, like all those minerals. Because by doing this, China is going to have a stronger partner in Africa.
Yeah.
When Nigeria becomes stronger, China is becoming better.
Yeah.
Because that's the mentality for China to do in business.
The Minister of Solid Mineral, Dr. Dele Alake, acknowledged that most Chinese firms in Nigeria operate within legal and regulatory frameworks. He, however, expressed concern over the actions of a few operators tarnishing China's image. Referencing a recent viral video involving a Chinese national allegedly bribing local security agents, the minister also highlighted the impact of the mining marshals established to combat illegal mining, that the outfit has sent the right signal in the sector, raised awareness about the menace, and has consequently improved compliance to regulations by both local and foreign operators.
All over the world, there is this clamor for transition to green energy. So electric vehicles are becoming very popular.
Right.
So we want a situation where our local lithium here, the raw minerals, can also be used to produce these batteries locally here, and then go the whole hog, produce the electric vehicles. Once you have the local minerals here to produce batteries, you can then also produce the electric vehicles here, and Nigeria is huge in terms of population. So it's a huge market as well.
He reiterated that Nigeria is open for business to serious investors, stressing that investment in the nation's mining industry are now focused on local value addition. And Soher Osenegi reporting for BeeTv News.
Business owners and organizations have been urged to prioritize cybersecurity as a critical element of business sustainability, especially in today's digital era. Experts emphasize the need for caution and proactive safety measures in deploying technology. The advice was part of the key decisions and discussions at the Institute of Information Management Global Convention ceremony, which held in Lagos. The report is presented by Pelumi Mukoro.
Nigeria's rapid embrace of knowledge continues to propel the nation deeper into the digital age, bringing its opportunities and challenges from startups to multinational corporations. Businesses are leveraging digital tools to scale operations and better serve their markets. To address the growing complexity of Nigeria's digital transformation, the Institute of Information Management convened key stakeholders, including policymakers, information management experts, and cybersecurity professionals from both public and private sectors. The goal is to raise awareness on data protection, data governance, and digital ethics as vital pillars for sustainable businesses' growth.
Any organization that see the value in taking their business to the cyberspace should also take it as a responsibility to ensure that they remain safe, they operate safely, and they protect the data and information that they generate in the course of their daily, day-to-day activities. And there's no any other way that they can do this is only by ensuring that they have the adequate knowledge about the do's and don'ts.
Speakers emphasized the importance of continuous investment in capacity building and manpower development as essential steps in mitigating cyber risk that could disrupt business operations.
When we talk about governance, you put three things into consideration in that data governance: people, process, and technology. People in the sense that those are the people that will drive the data, People in the organization now that work there are to be trained very well.
Whatever you're doing, no matter the amount of technology you want to put in place, make sure that you also invest in the right people. Make sure you invest in the right people. Make sure you also ensure that your staff are not disgruntled. Otherwise, they can breach protocol.
Participants engage in panel discussions, workshops, and networking sections, fostering collaboration and knowledge sharing in the ever-evolving digital landscape. Pelumi Mukoro reporting for BeeTv News.
The Nigerian Navy says it has continued to maintain round-the-clock situational awareness of Nigeria's maritime domain, extending to the limits of the exclusive economic zone through the Maritime Domain Awareness Facilities. The Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, who was represented by the Chief of Policy and Plans, Rear Admiral Ibrahim Deu, made this known while addressing journalists on the forthcoming 69th anniversary of the service. BeeTv News, Osarogi Agwebo has the details.
The Navy Week is an annual event here to commemorate the establishment of the Nigerian Navy as part of the Armed Forces of Nigeria on 1st June 1956. The Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, who was represented by the Chief of Policy and Plans, Rear Admiral Ibrahim Dibu, explained that the Falcon Air and Regional Maritime Awareness Capacity Systems have enabled early detection and swift response to incidents within Nigeria's maritime environment.
This has ensured Nigeria maintained its zero piracy status in the International Maritime Bureau Piracy Rating. In furtherance to this, the Nigerian Navy has taken the initiative to ensure that the entire Gulf of Guinea is free of piracy and other maritime crimes.
It further reveals that in order to enhance the operational activities in the maritime domain, the service has taken delivery of 3 new patrol vessels and 3 newly acquired helicopters, which will be commissioned during the Navy Week. It further reveals that a total of 215 suspects and 26 vessels were arrested, while 468 illegal refinery sites were deactivated in 2024. He added that an estimated quantity of 6.5 million liters of stolen crude oil and 7 million liters of illegally refined automated gas oil were seized and appropriately handled.
The new patrol vessels are NNS Shere, NNS Faro, and NNS Ikogosi. All 3 vessels are about 38 meters long with an endurance of 5 days. 2 of the vessels were acquired from Singapore and 1 from South Korea, and they all arrived in Nigeria in December 2024. These vessels will serve as seaward defense boats within Nigeria's littorals up to the 24 nautical miles contiguous zone.
The Navy Week celebration, which is expected to commence on the 23rd of May to June 1st, will serve as an opportunity to present a scorecard of the Nigerian Navy's performance in the service of the nation. Usarogie Agwebo reporting for BeeTv News.
The Chinese ambassador to Nigeria has announced plans to establish electric vehicle factories in Nigeria. In a bid to strengthen business partnerships between both countries and speaking while paying a courtesy visit to the Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, the Chinese ambassador emphasized that Nigeria is a great country, blessed with tremendous natural resources, adding that China has always placed Nigeria in a very pivotal position of her foreign policy. The Minister of Solid Minerals acknowledged that most Chinese firms operate within legal and regulatory frameworks, but a few operators are tarnishing China's image.
So electric vehicles are becoming very popular.
Right.
So we want a situation where our local lithium here, the raw minerals, can also be used to produce these batteries locally here, and then go the whole hog, produce the electric vehicles. Once you have the local minerals here to produce batteries, you can then also produce the electric vehicles here, and Nigeria is huge in terms of population. So it's a huge market as well.
We are working now to bring several brands, because currently we have over 10 brands, Chinese electric vehicles.
Yes.
We would like to bring them to Nigeria to have them to produce locally. And then I would fully agree that we should have more added value like lithium, like all those minerals. Because by doing this, China is going to have a stronger partner in Africa.
Yeah.
When Nigeria becomes stronger, China is becoming better.
Yeah.
Because that's the mentality for China to do in business.
And now on to business news. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has said the Nigerian banking sector remains resilient, safe and sound. The clarification follows certain publications and social media reports containing misleading information regarding the operations of a regulated financial institution. BeeTv News' Pelumi Mukoro has details of this and more from the business world.
In a statement, CBN affirmed that it will continue to monitor all financial institutions under its regulatory purview and maintain robust frameworks for early warning signals and risk-based supervision. These mechanisms, according to the CBN, is to ensure that any emerging issues are promptly addressed to protect the integrity of the financial system. The Apex Bank urged the public to disregard sensational or unverified claims and rely solely on official channels for information about the financial system. The CBN remains dedicated to fostering a secure banking environment where depositors can be fully confident in the safety of their funds. Petro1 raises alarm over prolonged Port Harcourt Warri Kaduna refineries repair. The Petroleum Products Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria, Petro1, has expressed deep concern over the persistent delays in the complete rehabilitation of the 210,000 barrels per day Port Harcourt refinery, Warri refinery, and Kaduna refinery. In an official statement, the association said that despite numerous assurances from the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, and its officials, the projects have suffered repeated setbacks, with completion deadlines being missed multiple times. Petro1 has demanded that the NNPC provide a specific and realistic timeline for the completion and commissioning of these refineries, especially the second Port Harcourt refinery rehabilitation project. Despite the fluctuations in global crude oil prices, Dangote Petroleum Refinery and Petrochemicals assured that it will ensure a stable price of the commodity. The company, in a release signed its Group Chief Branding and Communications Officer, Anthony Giegina, said the decision to maintain price stability reflects its unwavering commitment to supporting the Nigerian economy and alleviating the burden on consumers from the increase in fuel prices. According to the statement, the decision, Dangote said, underscores its dedication to providing affordable, reliable, and high-quality petroleum products without compromising operational efficiency and sustainability, as their approach aligns with the objectives of the federal government's Nigeria First policy, which promotes the prioritization of locally produced goods and services. And that is all on business news. Balumi Mukolo reporting for BeeTv News.
And now on to foreign scenes, where in France, the UK and Canada have condemned Israel's military operations in Gaza, calling for a ceasefire and labeling the level of human suffering as intolerable. Also, a Vietnamese beauty queen has been arrested for fraud over fiber gummies. The report. In France, the UK and Canada have condemned Israel's military operations in Gaza, calling for a ceasefire and labeling the level of human suffering as intolerable. They oppose the expansion of Israel's military operations, citing disproportionate force and inadequate humanitarian aid. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has rejected their demands, saying the war will continue until Hamas is destroyed and hostages are rescued. The criticism comes after an incident where Israeli forces killed 15 paramedics and aid workers in Gaza, which was captured on video and contradicted Israel's initial account. The EU and UK have also expressed concern over the humanitarian crisis, with the President of the European Council calling for safe and unimpeded access for humanitarian aid. Vietnamese authorities have arrested beauty queen and social media influencer Nguyen Thuc Thieu Tien for allegedly promoting a counterfeit fiber supplement. She had marketed gummies claimed to be rich in fiber, but tests revealed they only contained 16 milligrams of fiber per gummy, far from the 200 milligram claimed. Over 100,000 boxes were sold before sales were halted. Nguyen, a former Miss Grand International winner, had partnered with other influencers to promote the product, which was found to have substandard ingredients and inaccurate labeling. She was arrested for allegedly deceiving customers, joining 2 other influencers already charged with producing counterfeit goods and defrauding customers. Renowned Russian ballet choreographer Yuri Grigorovich has died at 98. He was a legendary figure in Soviet and Russian ballet, serving as artistic director of the Bolshoi Ballet from 1964 to 1995, and creating iconic productions like The Stone Flower and Romeo and Juliet. Grigorovich revitalized the male dance, demanding exceptional strength and artistry from his performers. He received numerous Soviet and Russian honors, including the titles People's Artist of the USSR and Hero of Socialist Labor. Grigorovich's legacy continues to be celebrated with condolences from prominent figures like Valery Gergiev, despite Gergiev's own controversies surrounding his support for Russia's actions in Ukraine. Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu Hassan has warned against foreign interference, particularly from Kenyan activists, amid rising tensions ahead of October elections. Her comments followed the deportation of Kenyan lawyers and rights campaigners who were to attend the court case of opposition leader Tundu Lissu, charged with treason. Lissu's case has drawn concern over Tanzania's crackdown on dissent, with human rights groups criticizing the government's actions as repressive. Despite President Samia's initial reputation for promoting political freedom, critics argue that Tanzania is reverting to the repression seen under her predecessor, John Magufuli. And that is all from the foreign scenes. Harmony Agba for reporting for BeeTv News. Moving on into entertainment news, in a deeply emotional reunion, Adeola, daughter of veteran Nollywood actress Jumoke George, has returned home after being trafficked to Mali and separated from her family for 4 years. Also following the global success of Tokumbo on Netflix, ranking in the top 10 across over 50 countries with more than 5 million views in 3 days, BRS Studios has announced 3 new film titles: Stitches, Iwa Akwa, and Dambe. Let's join BeeTv News' God's Gift Omone for more details and more from the entertainment world.
The breakthrough comes weeks after George publicly shared her heartbreak in a tearful interview, revealing years of silence and uncertainty about her daughter's whereabouts. The plea sparked nationwide concern and support. Adeola was received in Nigeria by actress and producer Biola Adebayo, who played a key role in the advocacy for her return, alongside actor Niyi Johnson. The reunion, captured in a video shared by Adebayo on Instagram, showed a tearful embrace that moved viewers across the country. Biola Adebayo publicly thanked Nigerians and key supporters, including Honorable Abike Dabiri and activist Yakubu Oiza, for their instrumental roles in bringing Adeola home. The studio, established in 2024 by Blue Pictures, Ramsey Films, and Sozo Films, aims to tell authentic African stories. Founder Joy Efe Odiete, Ramsey Noah, and Chris Ode brings decades of experience in film distribution and production. In partnership with MBO Capital, the 2025 slate is a strategic push to expand the studio's capacity for producing culturally grounded and globally resonant films. Each project will spotlight African characters, culture, and themes under the direction of respected filmmakers. We are enforcing BRS Studios' vision to innovate and elevate African storytelling. Ryan Coogler's latest film, Sinners, has crossed the 600 million naira mark at the Nigerian box office, grossing 600.7 million naira and attracting over 100,000 moviegoers since its release in April 18th. The supernatural drama, set in the Jim Crown era American South, has held the #1 spot in Nigerian cinemas for 4 consecutive weekends. The film stars Michael B. Jordan and was produced by Coogler's Proximity Media. Globally, Sinners has earned $294.7 million, including $225.4 million from North America and $69.3 million from international markets. And that's all from the entertainment world. God's Gift Omone reporting for BeeTv News.
And that is the size of our news package. Many thanks for joining us on BeeTv Major News at 6. My name is Harmony Agbafor, and thank you.